Hello, everybody, and welcome to the All-Star Brawl. We're in the losers bracket once again. This is myself, Marks, casting alongside Spooky, and we've got a great game for you tonight. It's the University of St. Thomas up against the Kracked Katz, and that's spelled with two Ks because, hey, they're cracked. But Spooky, how you doing?
I'm great, Marks. It's nice to be back into the losers bracket. It feels like
Where we
home.
belong.
Yeah, I mean, it's really telling how good Overwatch All-Stars Brawl is as an organization, and that they brought the two most loser casters they could find to actually bring you the losers bracket.
For yourself here. No, never mind. I'm right there. I'm right there with you in the dumps, buddy. We're in this together.
We're in the gutter, dude. It's where we belong.
Yikes, self-esteem aside. What can you tell us about the match tonight? We've got the University of St. Thomas against the Kracked Katz. Because this is going to be a loser's bracket match, this means one of these teams is going to be going home, right, Spooky?
Yeah, it's interesting. University of St. Thomas was knocked down into the losers bracket in their first match, but they did manage to defeat Northeastern University, which was a team that I thought looked pretty good in their opening debut. If maybe a little bit out of sorts, like not used to playing on the big stage, for instance, a few ults kind of thrown around haphazardly, but generally pretty good game sense. So if St. Thomas were able to take them out, and that team actually beat Shikigami, which is a mainstay of the Overwatch All-Star Brawl, that means St. Thomas really isn't bad. Kracked Katz, on the other hand, got knocked down by Best Buds. Best Buds being one of the best teams we have in this tournament. So again, hard to say exactly the power level of these two teams here. Again, they're only 2 or 3 matches in, so
that's true.
Third time's the charm. Make or break, because one of these teams are going home today.
Yep, it's a little bit on the line when you say it like that, but hey, that's what happens when you got a loser's bracket game. Unfortunately, only one of these teams are going to be able to advance in the loser's bracket, while the other one's going to have to pack their bags and head home and out of the All-Star Brawl completely. So these two teams
lose. Good day, sir.
Shut
the
door right
off. Busy lifting drinks.
Jeez. Okay. Well, we do have our first map for tonight, and it is going to be starting. We are going to be starting ourselves out on Rialto. So, Spooky, what can you tell us about Rialto quickly?
The first thing I can tell you is I love Overwatch All-Star Brawl because we don't always start on control. Yeah. I just love the format that you can really choose any map that you want, as long as it's not the exact same map type as the one before it. Since there are no prior maps, everything's open. So it is going to be Rialto we're going to start on. And Rialto, escort map, it's pretty defined by its long sightlines. I really do think double shield. I think Reinhardt-based comps, especially on that first point where you can kind of play around the corners, very strong. But I do think double shield has been very, very strong. Orisa-based bunker kind of setups can just put down so much spam damage down some of these quarters, especially on these first and second points.
You do talk about double shields, but there's one thing that we've seen multiple times, Spooky, and that's when you play the double shield bunker off the cart on defense, and then as a result, the cart makes a lot of progress forwards, and then it's just one big team fight. So, if any of these teams do decide to run double shield, I'm going to be curious to see, specifically on the defense, how they're going to deal with that problem to make sure that they actually are slowing down the cart progress, because, well, yay, if you don't really take a team fight, but you get the cart pretty much all the way to the end of point A right off the bat, not too bad, honestly, if you're an attacking team, right?
Yeah, you can have all the positioning in the world, but it doesn't matter at all if you can't actually stall the point when you're winning fights. We see it multiple times. We see it on places like Gibraltar, and I do think Rialto is a good shout to that if you're not playing that kind of rush composition that really lets you stand and fight on point. But we'll see exactly what these teams are going to get into as we are about to get started here. I'm excited, Marks. It's a loser's bracket always gives a little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice, a little bit of pain, a little bit of fun at the same time. It's all kind of wrapped up together in one. And that's why, you know what? We've got us trash boys on the loser's bracket, because this is so much fun when you get
garbage men.
The garbage men. They should just call us the cleaners. How about that?
It sounds a little too cool for us, quite frankly, but we are seeing the double shield come out from University of St. Thomas, and yeah, they are going full out. They've got the double sniper set up with the Hanzo Ash. They're going for a much more bunker composition. But like you were saying, Marks, none of these heroes really want to get down there and touch the point. It's going to be on the tanks just kind of sticking their heads out, trying to get that delay coming through as the other team, the Kracked Katz, come forward.
And the Kracked Katz are running this Pharah Mercy combo. Spooky, what do you think about that?
It'll work. It can get a lot of splash damage coming out onto this bunker, especially if they break it up, kind of like they are doing right now. Already, St. Thomas have lost the positioning they set up on. So if the Pharah gets behind them, it can really put a lot of damage down, but you gotta watch out for Dan Twist on that Ash.
Yeah, and here we go. The teams are going to be poking and prodding, but
There it
Derpy starts it off with a pick onto Thunder. That's going to reduce a lot of the damage that can now come in. Meanwhile, they've got Derpy on the side flank, takes out Tsunami as well. And well, this is all but said and done as Kracked Katz are just going to be walking that one forwards for the meantime.
Yeah, Derpy had no issues just going around the flank and pumping the damage in. 2 shields, but they can only face so many directions, and there's a barrage already online. That might be first point, Marks.
Well, we're seeing the tanks come in here, trying to stall things out as much as they can, but there's a lot of frontal pressure coming on, especially too now that they don't have that Orisa. They've got no one to check Derpy in the sky, and that's just free damage as the Mirage comes out just for good measure. And look at that, they're speed running point number 1 and gonna clean up the rest of the team just for good measure.
Yeah, that was quick, Marks. That is not what you want to see from University of St. Thomas. They went for the double shield setup and lost the positioning pretty much instantly. They're going to lose a C-dub here at the end as well. That Zen's going to take a long time to get back. Derpy's farming, dude. This is so much damage coming in. When are University of St. Thomas going to get a chance to come back into this? They're swapping over to this ball's end, but man.
I don't know that that's going to be enough, Spooky, because unless they have someone dedicatedly watching Derpy, which I guess they have Twist to do, they're just going to continue to get a lot of damage, and they're already 50% up to the barrage, but despite just using it really recently.
Yeah, we're halfway through the map, and we haven't seen a good fight come out yet. The amplification matrix is down, the damage is coming through, but it might have been a little early.
Yeah, the amplification matrices are just going to be weaned down here. We see MeatXR just storming the point, and that's going to be Thunder taken out by Snowl. Now Critical finding Abstract. Once again, this is looking like it's all but over. They do have a little bit of an annoying hamster in their back line, but, well, that one should be pretty easy to squash because they're already at the end. Tsunami just getting absolutely pummeled by everybody. And look at that. That's point number 2, Spooky.
Yeah, and still an ult advantage coming out for Kracked Katz. St. Thomas, they've been swapping heroes, and quite frankly, they haven't been winning fights either. So even Dan Twist, who's been on the Ash the whole time, is just building up to this Bob. Meanwhile, Kracked Katz have pretty much everything online, at least everything that matters. And they're going to be putting some serious damage in. We're getting close to one-fight territory. University of St. Thomas have to touch.
Here comes the Supercharger online. Bob is going to be sent in to contest there, but it's Derpy up in the air. Finds a quick little 1K, takes out Bob as well. And even though Thunder takes him out of the sky, it doesn't matter. There's going to be a res online to bring him right back into this battle. And regardless, look at the space the Kracked Katz have right now. Derpy once again just pushing in rockets. They've got the Mercy boost as well. Valkyrie nice and up in the air. MeatXR takes out Dantis. We're going to be seeing the Zen ult come out, trying to keep everybody alive, but they're going to be lifted up by the Gravitic Flux now. Derpy's just spraying things down, has the amplification matrix in front, doesn't even need to take to the skies for this one, because it's just going to be a cleanup with Critical finding so much value as well in their back line. And Kracked Katz, 4 minutes in their time bank, Spooky. What an excellent push. It really just looked like the other team you didn't know what to do. They didn't even know how to adapt to that one.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And it's coming off the back of that Pharah. Derpy was able to break the opening positioning, it looked like, as the double shield kind of got knocked off that high ground. And from there, it didn't look like they had a leg to stand on. They just kept getting pushed back over and over again. And it happened enough that they were so split out that Snowl on that Widowmaker could actually get some value coming out. Which is not something you really see nowadays in Overwatch, especially not up against a double shield composition. Just a lot of pressure coming in from all sides, and there was never a chance for the University team to bunker up. I do want to point out a nice little bit of synergy at the end there. Derpy staying on this Pharah, and why not? The synergy between Orisa and Pharah is not something you see too often, but a supercharger barrage does a lot of damage, dude, especially with the Mercy pocket. We see little things like this. We see the Nano Pharah pretty frequently just to, you know, put that extra damage, a little bit of extra defense, but much like we've seen the Bongo Blade, the supercharger works in a pinch if you don't have an Ana to give you the nano boost.
Yeah, excellent things coming out of there. And hey, if you saw anybody that you thought was kind of popping off, maybe, then don't forget we do have an MVP poll, which we will interview at the end of this match. So, you know what? This is a great time to kind of keep your eye out for some of these standout players. And just like that, well, Kracked Katz, they're bunkered up on this high ground here, Spooky.
Yeah, let's see if it works out a little better for them than it did for University of St. Thomas. An Echo is on the field, and Thunda is able to take control of the skies. Let's see if Deco can get the res in. I'm not sure if that was in a good position or not.
Okay, the res is going to be online. Derpy brought back into the fight, but Thunda definitely been turning it up this time around. Regardless, though, the defense is already looking a little bit better for the Kracked Katz. University of St. Thomas, they're trying to find an opening here, but are pretty much getting denied, and I think that's off the back of these two tanks here. But finally, it looks like they've set up their bunker on the high ground, but there's so much pressure coming in. Derpy, once again, just being able to shoot down those shields. Gonna have to be careful of Thunda, but it's not too big of a deal. The dislodge is excellent from Derpy right there. Push him down from the high ground. Thunda, though, takes out Snowell in the back now. Amplification Matrix is going to be online. We see the grenade come in, and right now it's going to be an absolute charge coming in from the University of St. Thomas. They want to take this fight, and they want to take it now, but despite their best efforts, somehow they're still not able to get a full team wipe. Kracked Katz, they're setting up to contest this point once again. Dylan somehow kept alive, pumped of all sorts of medications, but finally is going to be falling down and out. Looks like it might be 1 point defense, a single team fight before point number 1.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone can get back. Dylan's going to take a while, but it's going to be the ultimates popped out from Kracked Katz. I thought it was just a stall, but they getting the picks in. So they're ready to just follow up on this one. Yeah, Dan Twist jumps over the side. Tsunami and C-Dub are trying to get out with their lives. It looks like they will. I really thought, you use the Amplification Matrix to buy time for your tanks to get back. But Kracked Katz, they saw an opportunity and they took it. Now they have a lot of ultimates online to hold this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another thing that they have to be careful of right now is Thunda on the back line. Consistently
bringing the Thunda.
Okay, come on now. But consistently harassing the Widow as well as the Baptiste. So that's a little bit of a problem. And look at that. Derpy actually going to commit the barrage just to take Thunda out. That's a little bit of BM. Don't question it. They also got Noctis off the edge here. We see the res come online, bring Snowell back into the fight, and ultimates are going to be online right now, and it's just going to be a cleanup for the Kracked Katz. They're the real cleanup crew.
Yeah, and Derpy just using the barrage to win the Sky Duel against the Echo Mercy on the other side, and it works. Kracked Katz are getting a lot of value out of their barrages, even if Derpy is using them in maybe not the most. He's not getting 4Ks out of it, but they're very safe situations. A lot of the time where he tries to use these, it's very good usage of the ultimate.
Yeah, it might not be the flashiest, but as long as you can kind of secure some of these more important kills, then that's really important for your team. Now we see, once again, University of St. Thomas, they're moving in together as a squad, all grouped up, but that leaves them very vulnerable to Derpy's rockets. Now we're going to be hearing the Supercharger come online from both sides of these teams. They're going to be halted up into the air, but now a Bob is going to be running onto the point. He's hanging out by the tree, but he's just going to get melted away here. Trades going back and forth, the self-destruct thrown on point. Dylan able to stay alive once again. Dylan the Immortal, they should call him at this point. He's just been doing wonders at keeping himself nice and healthy. We're going to be having the res as well. Bring Mead back into this fight. We do have a duplicated Sigma in the back line. And meanwhile, while the front line is being held by the Kracked Katz, the University of St. Thomas just rotated around and took out their back line. Now it's just up to the tanks. Dylan staying alive one more time here. Critical doing the best to try and make this one happen, but it's too much pressure. This soldier just pelting in bullets as well, and that's going to be point number 1. It was almost a full hold there, Spooky.
Yeah, they did capture in overtime, but already there's no way they can match the time set by Kracked Katz. I think even if they were at the end of the map, they wouldn't match the time by Kracked Katz. But they're getting some of these stagger picks. Dan Twist is over on the Soldier, a bit more of a sustainable hero, a bit more mobile. Might get a little bit more value than he did on the Ashe. And so far, University of St. Thomas, they're trying to push their advantage. But once again, you know, Dylan has this flux. Derpy is going for a barrage.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell right now they want to counter that far and they want to counter it hard. Amplification Matrix dropped in, just going to give them the space. It's going to be met with the supercharger as Dan Twist falls down first. Trying to get booped out of the way, able to do so decently successfully. The res, though, brings Dan Twist back into the fight, but he's going to be in the middle of the entire team. And look at that. It's looking all red on the kill feed, as that's going to be Kracked Katz holding this one strong.
Yeah, and this is fantastic for Kracked Katz. One of the reasons their offense was so good is they kind of missed this part of the map. They were getting so many stagger picks that there really wasn't a fight from St. Thomas. But if anyone's played Rialto before, they know how easy it is to get stalled out around this corner. You just take a lot of damage moving forward. It's very hard to get over the bridge, then around the corner, and then in position to actually fight the cart.
Yeah, look at that. The Amplification Matrix making it even more deadly to walk across the bridge. Meat XR takes out Tsunami. Thunder, though, setting up to once again go into the back line. Got scoped out by Mead. But regardless, right now the University of St. Thomas, they need to figure something out quick. They've only got 30 seconds, just over 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they're running out of time, and Derpy is hunting Thunder in the backline. Absolutely no fear from this guy. Meanwhile, Thunder's team has to just get around or get over this bridge.
Well, you know what? They were able to take Snow L first out of the fight. Now we can see that they are going to be pressing their advantage here. They do have 10 seconds, so they will be coming in, but they got to remember to touch the cart. Somebody please touch the cart. Okay, they do have their soldier on the point here. Drop the Amplification Matrix to move things forward. Thunder taken out early. Regardless, though, the Amplification Immortality Fields dropped out. They C9 it as Kracked Katz come in and win. It was an excellent setup position from the University of St. Thomas, but I think they needed a little bit more cart pressure.
Yeah, just a little bit more. The Amplification Matrix was good. They were pushing forward. They were getting damage in. It did look like Kracked Katz was on the back foot. But again, you know, Thunder in the back line has been doing a lot of work, but it sometimes comes back to bite them because Thunder wasn't there for like the last minute of the map. He was getting chased around by Derpy, Snow Owl, Snowl. I'll get that right eventually. Snell was giving him some trouble in the back as well, and the Thunder really did get a lot of value in the first parts of the map, but really it kind of doomed his team at the end there. Maybe not doomed exactly. That's a strong word, but he wasn't able to contribute in the last parts of the fight, and he died with maybe 5 seconds left on the clock. So. 5v6 guaranteed for the team when they had to fight on cart. All in all, you know, Kracked Katz just looking very, very good.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell that this is a practiced team. Obviously, Derpy doing such a wonderful job on that Pharah, having the Mercy Pocket. And, well, St. Thomas were able to figure out a strategy, but just at the very end there. And even though you can take the Pharah out of the air, it doesn't necessarily you win the team fights, because the rest of Kracked Katz were pretty stable, honestly, as soon as they were able to set themselves up. And you know what? If you had a player particularly that kind of stood out.
What kind of player, Marks?
One that just really swept you off your feet with their amazing abilities, maybe even their dashing looks. Spooky, what should I do if I have one of those players?
I don't know. What would you call them? It's like they're the most something player.
Most profitable player, maybe?
MPP?
MPP, I know, that sounds like an elections thing in Canada. So maybe more along the lines of the most valuable player, maybe?
Yes. The most Valorant player. No, that's not it.
No, that's the wrong game. Good try. Shout out to Riot Games. But if you have an MVP, the most valuable player, that kind of stood out to you, then make sure to go down below and enter their name into the vote, because, well, whoever it is, we're going to be pulling them into the casting booth alongside me and Spooky, and that's when we're going to get to speak to them. So make sure to head down there and vote for an MVP, especially after that very first map, because there were quite a few standout players, in my opinion, Spooky.
Absolutely. If you're the kind of guy or girl who likes to jump the gun and decide who you think is the most valuable player of the match after one map, more power to you. Go right ahead to that About tab right under the stream and choose your most valuable player. Now, we are getting ready to go to map 2, and it looks like it is going to be Lijiang Tower. We're going to see Mead, the Orisa player for Cracked Katz, sub out, and looks like we're going to have a Rat coming in.
This is going to be interesting. Obviously, well, how they looked, Cracked Katz looked very confident on that double shield composition. But as we go to Lijiang Tower, they're not going to have an opportunity to really bust out those double shields. So this might be a substitute in to try and bring in maybe a Reinhardt specialist or, you know, another hero. But honestly, in Lijiang Tower, I usually prefer the Reinhardt Spooky.
Absolutely. I mean, Control Center might be the most Rhine map in the entire game. But you can also, it might also be a nod to some of the more open areas, maybe a ball pick for something like Night Market or Gardens. Is it Gardens? I think that's right.
It's Gardens. It's Gardens. Yep.
That's what I get this map mixed up with Oasis all the time. So I'm glad I got that right.
I'm proud of
yeah.
you,
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what comes out of Lijiang Tower because all of these points have had some amount of top level Pharah play.
Yeah.
Across all the years of Overwatch. And if we're talking the top level Pharah, I'm looking at Derpy. It's been kind of strange how and where he uses barrages as opposed to maybe the more common usage of the ultimate. But in watching it, I've really, really liked it. I think it's an excellent decision of where he decides to use these. He goes for isolated targets. He goes for picks he knows he can get off of these barrages. It's a very smart usage of a dangerous ultimate.
Yeah, the one thing about Pharah's barrage is that you do stand still, and if you're too close to the ground, then you blow yourself up. So, you know, it's a little hard to kind of tune that properly, but I 100% agree. I think Derpy using those barrages in tactical locations to be able to take out one or two targets, you know, really shutting down Thunda, for example, it's going to do wonders for the team. Even, like, honestly, Derpy didn't really need the ultimate to be bringing value to the team based on that last map. And so, you know, the barrage is just kind of the icing on top of the cake in that sense.
Yeah, it really, you can tell by how quickly he built up the barrages that he was definitely putting the damage in. Let's see if he manages to stay on the hero. It definitely seems to be a comfort pick for the team and for him personally. So let's see exactly what comes out as we're going to start on Lijiang Tower. Are we going to see more double shield? Are we going to see some dive? Are we going to see some Rhine? Anything's possible, Marks. Believe in yourself.
Anything is possible. Oh, wow, thanks. This turned oddly motivational for the Trash Boys, but it's all right. We are going to be starting out now.
The viewers should believe in ourselves. We're stuck here. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. We're stuck here indefinitely. Help us, please. No, but we are going to be starting
Born
out
in
here.
the trash, into the trash we return.
On Night Market and Spooky. What can we expect on Night Market? Personally, I think we should see a Symmetra, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Yeah, nobody's going for that teleportation composition. We're going to see like the 6-man dive comp coming out of... I'm sorry, we're not going to see the 6-man. It's the rush composition coming out of University of St. Thomas. A Reinhardt, not a Winston. Even if they have the Sombra Reaper coming out. But it is going to be Derpy on the Pharah, as we're getting more of a dive comp coming out from Cracked Katz with Rat, who's coming in as looks like more of a ball specialist and summing it for me.
Yeah, right now they are going to be trying to stall this one out, but it's going to be dangerous to run that ball into the Sombra there. Finding a first kill. That's going to be one for Derpy. Doesn't matter though. Right now, St. Thomas have the point captured. They're going to be backing off here. And already, there's a barrage happening in the back line. We see the Reinhardt charge in, but is going to be taken out, and the point is going to flip around. Snow L just hanging out on point now, as it's a very scattered play right now. Rat just kind of doing Rat things. Flying around, able to find so much value as he punches Thunda into the ground. And that's going to be a whole reset for St. Thomas.
Yeah, St. Thomas made a very, very good play there, I think, when they lost their Moira. They gave up on the point presence entirely, tried to rush down a target, tried to actually win the fight instead of just staggering out and dying on point. It didn't work out for them, but I like taking the initiative there. But, I mean, you don't have a Moira. You have to get something done. The Lucio's not going to heal you much. But it's good plays coming out from Kracked Katz there, but now it's St. Thomas pushing back in.
Yeah, and they have that coalescence just to make it easier, as well as a sound barrier. Rat gets hacked up, not going to be able to escape out of that one. See the Kracked Katz. I think they're just going to be giving this point up now, regardless, though, contesting it for as long as they can. But it will be flipping around as St. Thomas win out that team fight pretty dominantly.
Yeah, pretty dominantly, especially with both support ults being used on the other side. Deco and Critical trying to keep, it looked like keep Derpy alive to maybe pull out another miracle. It doesn't quite work out for them. Now, I'm watching Thunder, building up to this EMP. It's not going to be the most impactful EMP in the world, just because of how split up Kracked Katz are, but it should still be a team fight win if they manage to land it. On the other side, Derpy, he's high in the sky, he's got a barrage. Where is he going to put it?
Well, the mines have been put onto the point right now, as once again, they are going to be going out there. Critical able to stop that, and the barrage coming out as well. Self-destruct on the back line. Tsunami dives in, trying to stall things out, but the point is going to be flipping over. The team fight is sparsely on point right now, which is honestly kind of strange to see on a night market here. Tsunami able to pin a wrap. It gets taken out by Snow L in the back. A self-destruct just to try to clear out the area. Doesn't find any value, unfortunately, but it was a valiant effort. Now, we're getting close to last fight territory as St. Thomas have to retreat here. They do have quite a few ultimates online, though, Spooky.
Yeah, they managed to hold on to this EMP, and they're going to have the Coalescence as well. Potentially can use the Coalescence to engage. It's what won them the point last time. It might work out for them as well. Not much going on for Kracked Katz in terms of ultimates. Snowl will need to land a big pulse bomb if they want to just end this map here and now.
And look at that, they're already almost close to capping out the point. Finally, they're going to be able to get... Once again, Derpy getting value. So solo picks that are so impactful. Regardless, the point has flipped over here. So right now, St. Thomas just got to play the long game here. Tsunami has just been flying around, and it finally pays off as he just catches Derpy on the ground. Not where you want to see your fire player, and just gives him a knuckle sandwich against the wall. Now, we're seeing St. Thomas, they want to take this advantage forwards, potentially get a couple more picks, and that way stall it out even further. Deco going to be popping Valk just to stay alive, but Snow L has already fallen down here, and St. Thomas, they're going to be hanging on to this point as we get close to last fight territory, Spooky.
Yeah, Deco gets the res off, so the whole team should be here, but the beat's down, they're pushing forward, Rat's fallen, the Shatter's good.
And it's all coming up. St. Thomas right now, another pin in for Tsunami. The self-destruct comes out just to try and get a remake quickly. Not going to find it this time. Now, Snow L is on the point, and the last person alive right now has to make sure that they're stalling out. Another Coalescence already built up, but that's going to be a Reaper's Death Blossom hanging out as well. Deco keeping Snowl nice and healthy. Coming in on the point. Rat is here as well. Derpy able to take out the Reaper. That's excellent. Now they're focusing down the Moira. Are they able to find the kill? They are. Derpy has yet another barrage online. And in these close quarters, that's going to flip that point around as Tsunami gets stuck between a Rat. And well, that was very close, but it is going to be the first round for the Kracked Katz.
Yeah, and once again, it's this DPS duo. We talked a lot about Derpy, but Snowl has been having Snow L has been having a pretty solid performance of his own. Really did a lot of work on that Widow on Rialto, not a pick you see too frequently nowadays, and is bringing it with the Tracer as well. They were down a couple of members, I believe, at the start of that last fight, but just were able to keep things going. The Pulse Bomb comes in, the Barrage comes in. It is really, these two DPS are really, really popping off here.
Yeah, I did like, though, what we were seeing from University of St. Thomas, because you could tell that when they just wanted to move things forwards, they were able to just hit the gas pedal and go. I think that's mostly off of Tsunami, but the DPS have also been doing so much, and, well, it looks like they're rolling out with a similar composition this time, Spooky.
Yeah, they're on the Rush comp. It's the Rush map. Let's see exactly how Kracked Katz want to try and get this done. They're going back to the ball composition, the ball Pharah, no Zen, and Well, let's see how this happens. It's a very close quarters map, but there's enough high ground, or airbox, skybox rather, for the Pharah to put down a lot of damage. Let's see if anyone can contest him.
Ooh, Rat falling a little bit low there. Immortality Field already invested into this fight. Still, Thunder was able to take Derpy down. Rat goes in and you're gonna get pinned by Tsunami. Tsunami's been finding all of that right now and gets chased down by Dan Twist. Now Tsunami just really securing, pushing people back. University of St. Thomas able to cap up this point first, and they're gonna be holding nice and strong as Cracked Cats have to regroup.
Yeah, St. Thomas knows where the threat is. Thunder, not hacking the ball, not hacking the tracer, goes to hack the Pharah, and she just drops into the middle of St. Thomas. Tsunami starts swinging the hammer. She does not last long. So Derpy's gonna have to play a little bit more careful because he knows that he knows they're gunning for him. But I mean, if Thunder can't get the hack, how do they really contest him? It has to be abstract on the Diva. But still, it's St. Thomas are fine playing the safe here, Marks. They don't have to kill anyone. They just have to get the objective up.
Yeah, and right now the objective is key. I'm surprised Rat's not breaking the teleporter right there. Regardless, though, team fight happening on the point right now, already turning up University of St. Thomas here. But they did lose their Moira earlier. Critical once again finding another pick. Critical's been kind of bringing in the big guns here. Barrage on the point from Derpy. Not going to find too much, but it is going to get that D-Mech. Thunder really turning things up as well. These hacks have been instrumental and now has an EMP online. With Coalescence to back it up, it's looking like University of St. Thomas should be able to secure and hold on to this point once again.
Yeah, the Cracked Cats got something going, but it wasn't quite enough. They were losing members even as they were taking them out. The trades do not favor them. They really need to get a snowball kind of fight win, but pick on Dan Twist might open that up.
Yeah, now we're seeing all of the ultimates coming out online. Dylan able to find the counterpart here. We see Tsunami trying to get some space into the back line, not able to do so. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is suffering without that Rhine shield on the point. And just like that, it flips around. The Cracked Cats are back in control, and they're finally going to flip it over, but University of St. Thomas, they're at 93%.
Yeah, they only need one good fight win. But it does get harder to push in with this composition than it does to hold the point. They're going to have to find a pick somewhere. I'm looking at Tsunami. If he can land a shatter, it doesn't even have to be a huge one. Just one, maybe two. Put him on the ground. You might get something going. But looks like Snowl is getting trapped. He barely manages to get out. But the entire team, all of St. Thomas, are chasing him on the side.
Jeez, and the rest of the team was actually chasing Rat too. It's like a two-pronged attack for the two divers. Now they're back on making their way on top. Self-destruct as well as sound barrier online. You can see Tsunami looking for an opportunity to try and get something done. Unfortunately, the team is a little bit too far away. Regardless, though, they were able to flip things around, which is looking good. Rat's rolling back in, almost gets hacked up yet again. But the picks are coming through right now. Tsunami tries to go for the shatter, doesn't get too much there. Rat nice and hacked up, trying to escape. The pulse bomb gets eaten, but it's looking like it's all but done. We still have Dylan on the point trying to stall things out, but there's Coalescence back online. C-Dub Hitta just getting so many of those in a row, and Thunder already had that. Once again, I think this is a support carry coming in from the DPS support carry coming in from University of St. Thomas.
Yeah, and honestly, they just managed to pick off the ball and the tracer early. I mean, who's going to touch the point if ball and tracer are dead, right?
Real.
It's good plays coming out from St. Thomas. They really do move together as a unit. I believe Dan Twist actually just managed to sink the basketball. Actually got that dunk. I saw the confetti come out as he knocked it around. So maybe that's good luck for St. Thomas.
Yeah, this could be where they turn it around.
And I mean, if they lose, maybe they can go to the NBA. I don't know.
Sure, yeah,
that
translate 1-to-1. We are going to be rolling out now. Both of these teams teasing us with a little bit more of a divey style here. Spooky, what do you think about these compositions?
They're fairly similar. Tsunami just swapping over to that Winston for the 6-man dive style. It's still going to play similarly to the Reinhardt. They want to move together as a cohesive unit, while Cracked Cats are still going to be all over the place, just trying to find the picks. And now we see St. Thomas, as the point unlocks, they will approach it.
Yeah, and Derpy, once again on this Pharah, able to pump in damage from above. Rat getting pressured down here. It's going to be kept at bay, but right now, both teams very spread out here. They each have members on here as Rat rolls in on the back. Derpy his wings are going to be clipped and gets taken out by Thunder. Excellent trace in there. Will get rezzed, but all the picks are coming through right now for the Cracked Cats. As Rat chases down Dantwist with Snow L. Now they're just going for Thunder. Really want to punish them. Always feels vindicative as a Wrecking Ball player, but regardless, Cracked Cats are going to get first cap.
Yeah, St. Thomas looked a little bit lost in their calling structure. They were starting to move towards the point, then it seemed like someone called that they could maybe catch Rad on the ball out in the other team's spawn, and they just kind of seemed to get lost. They wanted to dive on someone as a unit, but it seemed like they couldn't. The dive didn't really come through, and then they couldn't decide what to do. So everything kind of falls apart for them. Derpy gets a big pick on the C-dub, but it's traded out. Let's see if it's enough.
Yeah, without that heal, though, it's looking pretty not great.
EMP?
We do have the EMP online. That could really swing this around as Thunder just picks up the rest of St. Thomas and carries him on his back for the time being. Now Dylan falling down, gonna make sure that Mercy gets hacked up as well. Snow L drops it onto Tsunami, able to take them out of the fight, but it's looking like it's all but done. Regardless, there's an excellent stall coming in. Rat's gonna be the last remaining member. Stay alive for as long as they can, but as soon as they fall down, finally the point is gonna flip around to St. Thomas.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates used for that. A few more than they might have needed, because Cracked Cats were able to force out both the Coalescence and the Diva Bomb from Abstract. Those are two ultimates I think you would have liked to have back, because I'm not quite sure they were necessary. They still get to hold on to this beat for whenever they need it, but there's no real ultimates you're going to want to counter. You're just going to wait till your team's down.
All right, well, the beat's going to be coming out on long as they chase down Dylan. Dylan is going to get DMAC'd. Decides not to use the self-destruct there. Critical dropped as well. Right now, the brawl is happening on point, but the Mines, Barrage, and Pulse Bomb flying out left and right. Unfortunately, Derpy this time not able to get too much value out of that Barrage. Tsunami falling extremely low. Thankfully has the pocket. Abstract, meanwhile, takes Deco out of the air. And just like that, St. Thomas are able to hold on to this in what was looking like an originally pretty dicey fight here.
Yeah, St. Thomas, they seem a little bit feast or famine in their dives. They really go in, they try and capitalize, but it's not as clean as you'd like to see. You lose the point. They do manage to end up winning the fight and flipping the point back, but really, if you want to play this composition, you need to get a pick quickly enough that you're able to come back to the point. You cannot go into these long, extended fights. If you're going to do a six-man dive, somebody better die.
Yeah, absolutely. You're literally committing everything at that point. Now, Rat has ratted his way back onto the back of the point, just to give them a little bit of confusion as to what's going on. But the Cracked Cats are all ready for this frontal assault. The Coalescence comes online, trying to stay alive right now. Rat gets hacked up in the back. Doesn't want to see that, but Snow L wins the duel against Dantwist. A self-destruct dropped in the back line. Doesn't find any value there, but Snowell finds Noctis, and now Rat gets rezzed, and he's going to be rolling back into battle. Here, you can see the pressure is coming in, but it's coming all up for the Cats right now. A couple of cool Cats, if you ask me. Now they should be able to swing this one back around, and we're getting dangerously close to last fight territory here, Spooky.
Yeah, it's a great pulse bomb coming out from Snowell. I swear to God, dude. Snowell, he manages to get the pick on the Lucio, but he does a lot of damage to the Winston as well. It might as well be a 2k bomb coming out, and really managed to flip that fight around now. Everything on the line. Thunder has this EMP. This fight will decide the map here, Marks.
A preemptive Sound Barrier met with an EMP, only hacked up Dylan here. Now the mines are going to be moved in, and the mines are huge. The entire team was in the middle of them. Dantwist falling down. Now it's looking like it is all caught up. It's looking like Cracked Cats are going to be able to come out on top. Derpy once again doing Derpy things up in the air, launching down those rockets and making them run for their lives as they get a nice little 3K to end out map number 2 as the Cracked Cats take our series now 2-0.
Yeah, a lot of aggression coming in from the university team. It just doesn't amount to much. You use the barrier, you use the EMP as engagement tools, but they only really fall onto the Diva, who is able to hide, really. Dylan is able to hide inside the minefield coming out from Rat. He loses the mech, but no one is able to really push in to actually get the kill into the baby Diva, and then they're stuck on point. There's mines everywhere, Derpy's in the sky, no one's looking at him, and it all falls apart. They really needed to get maybe 1 or 2 picks off of that EMP, not just half of one in the Diva mech.
Yeah, I honestly think that was an excellent showcase of Rat on that Wrecking Ball. maybe a wrecking ball specialist, probably a wrecking ball specialist. I was seeing him do the wall jump all the time, but there was a really good understanding that they were going to be engaging with that EMP, so he hung backwards and then waited for the EMP to come before launching the mines, making the mines a lot more effective. It looked like it was a little bit of a bait and switch coming in from the Kracked Katz, trying to bait out that EMP and then moving in like sharks for the kill on the rest of the St. Thomas team.
Yeah, and it's smart, in a lot of scenarios, you might actually decide that your ball is the target you want to kind of bait out the EMP with, because you have all this extra health, the rest of the team can come in and support you, you won't instantly be demolished like some other players. Instead, Brad does realize the value of the ultimate, especially in an overtime situation, so hangs back. And it is hard for Sombra to get value out of the EMP against a composition like this.
Yeah.
Two of the players are in the air. You've got Snow Owl on this Tracer just all over the place. Rats could be literally anywhere on the map. You're not getting big 4-man, 5-man, 6-man EMPs. You're hoping to get 2. And landing it on Dylan, probably the worst target you could hack up at that moment. So no surprise the Kracked Katz are able to get away with that one. St. Thomas maybe just a little bit too greedy or a little bit too early with the usage of their ultimates.
Yeah, especially too at the very end there. We saw Noctis pop the sound barrier to engage, but I think they very quickly realized as soon as they went into engage, the only person they saw on point was Dylan. And they were like, oh, wait, hold on. We were expecting the rest of the team to be here so we could actually fight and play Overwatch, but all right, I guess not. And excellent, honestly, just trigger discipline coming in from the Kracked Katz in order to read that one, and they were able to just figure out St. Thomas's strategy. But Spooky, we saw some amazing plays there. What do you think about some of these players here?
Man, I think one out of these 12 players, I might call most valuable.
Whoa.
And the way I would do that is I would go all the way down below the screen to the About tab, and I would click on the poll right there where, oh boy, you can choose which player you think has been most valuable throughout these 2 maps. You can choose Thunder, you can choose Derpy, you can choose Rat. You really can choose anyone who has played so far. Pick your MVP, who has impressed you the most, who do you think has made the most impact on this game so far, and put in a little vote for them. This is democracy.
Yeah, we like to hear everybody's voices here, and I'm pretty sure you can vote twice depending on if you have bits. I'm not too sure what the system is down there, but we love democracy.
Or 4 times.
Vote all the times that you want because you want to see your favorite, your most valuable player in the booth alongside me and Spooky at the very end of the match so we can ask them a couple of questions and pick their brain on kind of the previous match here. But regardless, now the teams are going to be picking, once again, University of St. Thomas. They are going to be able to choose the map, and it looks like they might be bringing us to King's Row. Now facing elimination, they're going to King's Row. Spooky, why do you think they would pick King's Row?
They might be trying to force more into the Reinhardt-based compositions, and they might just be a little bit more comfortable on it. We are going to see Rat go out, and Mead is going to come back in.
Rat out.
King's Row, not a dive map, really. It's not. No. You don't commonly see Winston. Ball can work, but he's not the go-to. It really is probably either the rush comps or double shield. But so far, we've seen Kracked Katz kind of shy away from Reinhardt. If they're not going to play it on Control Center, I'm not sure they're going to play it on King's Row. But of course, there is a difference that Mead is back in, potentially allows them to unlock the Reinhardt hero. They're not forced just to play the ball, which is really what Rat seemed very, very comfortable on, very strong on. So we'll see exactly what comes out of Kracked Katz, but they might be comfortable to go back to this kind of double shield Pharah position that they've been playing earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about King's Row, especially on that first point. There's a lot of opportunities to bust out that Pharah because there's so much open skylines here. And still, I mean, using Thunder on Sombra to hack Pharah out of the air, that trick probably isn't going to continue to work here. So University of St. Thomas, they hopefully have to pick something in order to just take Pharah out of the sky, especially here on this first point of King's Row.
Yeah, and it has been a struggle for them, especially on Rialto. It really was Thunder on the Echo who was able to get the most value, at least, taking Derpy out. Dan Twist, the hit scam player on University, hasn't been having the most impact, at least in terms of taking Derpy out of the sky. Derpy's been playing very, very safe, very carefully, making sure he watches the angles, knows where things are coming down. And right now, it does look like we are going to see the double shield come out of Kracked Katz. It's not, I mean, obviously, King's Row is the Rhine map.
Yeah,
it's known for it. But really, double shield is very, very strong here.
Yeah. I mean, double shield, there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of high sight lines that they're able to going to be capitalizing on here. But Spooky, I just wanted to point something out quickly. It looks like Derpy's going to be playing May this time around. They might be going for kind of a pseudo rush instead of just a full double shield here, because otherwise Snow L has that Hanzo available. But looks like they kind of want to be playing this one close.
Yeah, they're not playing up on the high ground, but it does seem like Kracked Katz know what's coming out. They have an idea that Tsunami might come out on this Reinhardt, but it looks like there is going to be this swap around. They're going to match the double shield. This does make the May a little less impactful. I do believe that Derpy was on this to get those ice walls off, to get the isolation as the Rhine tries to push through and just absolutely blow them up. But with the double shield, it's going to be a little bit harder to get those isolations coming through.
Okay, here we go. They are going to be moving in here. Mead and Dylan kind of playing this like a rush composition already. Getting into the middle of it. Hey, come back here, Tsunami. You can't go anywhere. And now Tsunami is isolated from the team. Thankfully, the Baptiste is going to get it in there. But Dan Twist takes out Mead XR first. And now this is looking like the University of St. Thomas want to move this one forwards. The Ice Wall is still good in order to isolate and execute a successful retreat here. But look, the positional advantage is all in the hands of St. Thomas now. Snowell does take out Noctis. And now we're seeing Mead roll back into combat. Goes in and takes out the Zenyatta. And now it's looking like it's all said and done as Dan Twist is caught in a hard place. And that's going to be nice and cold as he gets taken out. And, well, that was an excellent recovery coming in from Kracked Katz.
Yeah, huge pick coming out from Snowl. Just gets Noctis out. They're really, the Zen's not going to do enough healing to keep everyone alive. And then Mead rushing back on the ball. It's good for that fight specifically, but now your composition's a little bit weird. It's going to be harder to actually defend yourselves as this double shield moves forward, just because you don't have that Orisa barrier.
And look at that, Tsunami getting isolated already, able to escape there. Now we hear the Blizzard coming in online. It's going to force out a Transcendent as Deco actually falls down. It's going to be with a Dragon Strike of their own. Now they're up in the air, given a little bit of a flight pattern here. As right now BXR comes in from above, slams to the ground, Snow L finding Abstract, and now it's just all cleanup once again, coming in from Kracked Katz. Tsunami able to find Mead, but it doesn't matter. Critical just kind of popping off right there alongside of Snow L. And it is Snow L, by the way. Spooky, confirmed.
Perfect. It is Snow Owl, who really did pop off, getting some of those picks coming through. It's very, very nice to see. Now, a minute and a half left on the clock. Everything on the line. University of St. Thomas, they have to get something going soon.
Mead throwing in the mines of the back line. Dylan, though, found Abstract with a little bit of a rock to the face. Mead able to escape barely. The fight, however, still going on point, and Bob dropped into the back line. But they're on that point right now. No one really contesting them, despite the fact that most of the team is there. It's Bob and Tsunami high-fiving each other, but now Dylan is going to be running in to contest it. Dantos got dropped into the air, gets taken out by Snow L, and that's going to be met with a supercharger coming in from St. Thomas. They really want to win out this fight, and they got to win it right now, but the team is coming back here. A Flux coming in, doesn't find too much, but it does find Dylan, and Critical falls down as well. Now we see Derpy coming in on the Tracer, trying to stall things out here, but now it's all up to me to slow it down, but it's looking all but impossible as the rest of the team are going to be able to get, and that's going to be Dantwist just getting two with those Storm Arrows. And look at that, they're finally able to capture point number one.
Yeah, they do manage to take it, but it was slow going and cost a lot of ultimates to get there. Finally, we're going to see Kracked Katz swap over to their actual composition. They were able to hold on the ball, but that wasn't even their final form. They want to be playing on this double shield composition, and now they feel comfortable moving back to it. So it's gonna be tough for St. Thomas to continue to push forward. They got a little bit of a freebie when that ball was there. They don't take quite as much pressure as they're moving through. And speaking of pressure,
Jeez.
Deco's popped the rally.
Yeah, we saw Derpy just try to chase down Tsunami. Tsunami able to escape there, but now the frontal line pressure is coming in. Another rally online as well. And now the picks are coming through. The dragons are going to be dropped just to try and clean things up, but unfortunately not able to get too much of value here. Medex are going to be moving forward as people dropped up into the sky, but Snow L looking like he's William telling people right now, finding so much value right now. Tsunami falls down as well. That's going to be a team wipe coming in from the Kracked Katz as they hold that second point strong.
Yeah, the Hanzo's so strong in this composition. Just as soon as they break up, and not even to mention the shield break coming out of the bow, as soon as they break up, the headshots will just take pretty much anyone out of the fight for good. Now, Kracked Katz, they have a pretty strong hold here, and it looks like University of St. Thomas, they're going up and about, but will they get anything out of this? I'm curious what they're waiting for here.
Yeah, well, it looks like Tsunami actually fell down there, so they don't want to charge in, and now they're going to be going in underneath the arches. Snow L on the back line finds a Hanzo. He'll be dropping the arrows. Oh boy, we have an anime duel, but Dantwist comes out on top of that one. Now, you're going to be moving in. There's an amplification matrix dropped down in front of Mead as well as Dylan. Bob going to be jumping in, pushing people around left and right. But regardless, the amp matrix it's too much pressure from all sides as the Kracked Katz finally crumble, and St. Thomas are going to be able to move this one forwards.
Yeah, Snowell falling first, that just kind of puts you into the 5v6. He's been getting away with a lot of these flanking Hanzo attacks, where he's always just a little bit behind. Not this time, Damtwist spots him out, and then University of St. Thomas are able to take the 5v6, but Snowell responds, and yeah, 5v6 is marks. I can tell you who normally wins them.
Oh, that's a huge flux, though. We got actually 5 members of the team there. Dylan falling down. Unlucky, but now they should have a little bit of momentum. We are going to be seeing the Dragon Strike dropped in down the halls, and it's good. Snow L coming alive right now, looking for Abstract as well. Critical going to find that pick there, but right now this is going to allow Kracked Katz to be able to stabilize themselves and get the bunker set up, but Dantwist says no. Dantwist says, well, I've got a twist for you, and that's going to be us actually winning out this team fight. Is able to take 2 out. They might be able to contest this. Tsunami coming back on the Wrecking Ball. Rally online as well. Gonna be moving forwards. Dantwist drops the Dragon Strike into the back line, but they are gonna win this. A Flux doesn't find anybody because Thunder dies quickly. Ant Matrix brought online now, trying to keep everybody alive. Snowball finds one. Deco good for another. Now they're all just coming alive. Snowball just dropping those errors. Mead just drops on top of Dantwist's head and gives Noctis and Abstract a run for their money as they stopped them before point number 2, Spooky.
Yeah, that was scary for Kracked Katz, though. It's
scary.
I'm not sure if maybe the cooldown wasn't quite there, or if maybe that was an unforced error from Critical. But we did see the Immortality field come a second too late, and you lose Dylan on the Sigma at the beginning of that fight. There's no way he should die there in that Gravitic Flux, in that scenario. So there was a glimmer of hope there for University of St. Thomas, but it gets snatched away. Kracked Katz just look a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, and this DPS duo, Derpy, Snowell, if one of them's not popping off, the other one is.
Oh, absolutely. Obviously, Derpy has been playing the Mei this time around, and I do think that those isolation walls have been decent, but I don't know that they're necessarily getting a lot of value, and so I would like to see Derpy swap heroes a little bit more, because I think they have an opportunity to get just a little bit more out of anybody but Mei in how these compositions have been running, Spooky.
Yeah, it's been fine. It's been good. It's been fine. It's not, but compared to his previous performances, good and fine are not quite cutting it.
It's all relative.
Even so, St. Thomas, everything on the line here. They need to come up with something, because only halfway through this map is where Kracked Katz will be able to take the win and move forward in the losers bracket. The University of St. Thomas fighting for their lives. They are going for the double shield. And they're breaking out the legs.
Oh boy. Thunder maybe just trying to check Derpy out of the air. They knew that the Vara was coming this time, and well, already the bunker has started to fall apart. We see them rotating through Hotel, but Snowell finds Tsunami first, and this is going to be the go sign. You see all team members going in there. Dylan got the stun rock, and Derpy with the follow-up. Looking like a nice alley-oop, and look at that. The team's all but pretty much gone. And now this is just going to be Cracked Cats are going to be able to secure it. Meat XR has already pushed so much forwards, and Snow gets brought back into the fight.
Yeah, nobody's coming back from now on, Marks. It's 5 minutes, almost 6, to get it to the end of point B. Cracked Cats, they can smell the blood in the water. Call them cracked sharks, and they're coming forward. They know that victory is within their grasp. It's going to take a Herculean, momentous, heroic hold out of University of St. Thomas to get this one. They might need their patron saint to help them out with this one, because I don't think mere mortals are going to stop Cracked Cats right now.
The cats are just too cracked right now. Pray to whatever gods you have here. We're going to see the application matrix now dropped online. Derpy, though, taken out of the fight a little bit early here. Regardless, Cracked Cats are going to be moving this one forwards as Snowball just turns it up once again. Finding a lot. Medex are able to take out a lot, but gets taken out by the Cassidy there. Dylan finding Hida, but we are going to be seeing Mead brought back into the fight thanks to a Mercy Res. And now the kill feed just lining up once again of Cracked Cats as they're going to be walking this one forwards. Right now, St. Thomas, they might just have one good team fight left, Spooky.
If that. They're still coming back with these double shield tanks that are not quick. I'm looking at Abstract with this Gravitic Flux. There's not too much to combo it with. And Dylan has the matching ultimate on the other side. We're going to see which of these tank duos are going to get the most value out of their ultimates, because that's really all that's on the field for this final fight here.
Here we go. We're in the end game now. Grav Flux taught online already. Abstract finding 2. Thunder with a follow-up as well. And just like that, Cracked Cats are going to be cracking back into the ground. It was a better metaphor there, but it's all right because Mead XR gets taken out by Abstract as well. And that was a good hold from St. Thomas, and not too an expensive one either.
Yeah, Abstract uses the Flux. It's matched out by Dylan, so you don't lose the ultimate advantage there. And now they get to set up. They get to hold this position. They get to take advantage of some of these sight lines to put down the poke damage that Cracked Cats, they now have to walk through the streets as they're being harassed by University of St. Thomas. But still, they have a lot of time to work with. They're able to build up these ultimates. Meanwhile, University of St. Thomas, they know that any fight could spell disaster. They'll have to be a little bit more liberal with their resources.
And speaking of liberal with their resources, we are going to be having both superchargers come out online. Regardless, Dan Twist turning it up alongside Thunder. Thunder really bringing the thunder now. And Cracked Cats are backed into a corner. I don't really want to have your cats. They much prefer to be roaming around your apartment or house or wherever. And just like that, they will be crumbling down once again. The tank's just trying to escape. It's just Mead XR, but will be chased down most likely. And that's going to be yet another reset coming in from the Cracked Cats.
Yeah, and it's clean from St. Thomas again. Dan Twist and Thunder both hold on to their ultimates. I believe Thunder building it up at the end there. These two DPS are finding the openings to push through. But on the other hand, I'm looking at this ult economy for Cracked Cats. No check marks yet, but I think we're about to see 5 of them.
Oh boy.
And they only need to win one fight. It's going to be scary for St. Thomas to get through all of this.
Yeah, this time Dan Twist actually turning it up on the Echo. Oh, but Derpy takes him out. There goes one of the ultimates online as Derpy gets a big barrage. No, thank you, he says. Just drops it. I've been not flashy enough. Time for my big old flashy barrage, and that's how you win these fights now. Snowell drops the dragons just for good measure, but that one's just going to be over as Cracked Cats win out our series 3-0 off of the back of Derpy's massive barrage there.
And what a poetic way to end, really. Like,
full circle.
We come full circle. We begin with the barrages, we end with the barrage. I can't think of a more fitting end for this this match here. Now, please, hurry up. The match is over. It is going to be Cracked Cats taking the win. So if you have an MVP and you just snap, you forgot to vote yet, rats, you better hurry up and put your vote in for one of these players. We will be bringing in someone, whoever gets the most MVP votes on the winning or losing team. They will come into the booth with us and we'll get to ask them a couple of questions. So quick, hurry up. If you have not put in your votes yet, get them in, because we'll be having them in very, very soon.
Yes, and congratulations to the Cracked Cats. They will be advancing in the All-Star Brawl, while unfortunately the University of St. Thomas will be packing their bags and leaving, because once again, This is a losers bracket match casted by the Trash Boys, Marks and Spooky. So
That's us.
hey, we know our place. We know our place. But still, an excellent effort from the University of St. Thomas. But the Kracked Cats, they looked a lot more put together, I think.
Yeah, very, very good plays coming out of them, even with their fairly odd compositions. Well,
Yeah.
it's really only Derpy on that Pharah, bringing out the Pharah Mercy. But when you have a player like Derpy, it seems to work out. So Kracked Cats coming out incredibly strong, and they're going to keep moving forward. Well, like I said, Kracked Cats were actually knocked down into this losers bracket by Best Buds, which I think is one of the strongest teams in the tournament. So Cats, they're on the Best Buds now in the losers bracket after falling to Gaia. Kracked Cats are on the other side of the bracket from them. So it's possible that we're going to see that matchup again later at the end of the losers bracket. If Kracked Cats are able to keep their dominance up through the next match, they might just find themselves face to face in the grudge match against Best Buds. I think that could be exciting.
Oh, I think it will be exciting. You know, the Kracked Cats are going to be clawing their way up towards Best Buds. Say, we'll tear your friendships apart right now after what you did to us earlier here. So it's going to be a really good match. If the Kracked Cats continue up in the bracket, well, just want to say we do have our MVP selected. Thank you to everybody who voted in our MVP poll. And, well, Spooky, can you guess who it is?
I don't have to guess, Mark.
Yeah, you
I
know.
know. It is going to be Dylan, coming in strong off of a 3-0 victory over University of St. Thomas. Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Congratulations to the Kracked Cats for winning that one out. But Dylan, I have to say, especially too on that map, on the second map there, it seemed like you could just survive forever. Is there any secret to your immortality that I could probably steal when I play my games of Overwatch?
You just gotta think smart.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Gotcha.
the Marks can't do that. So,
Yeah, you know.
unfortunate. But Dylan, very, very strong plays coming out of Kracked Cats and your team. Unfortunately, you guys did get knocked down into the losers bracket by Best Buds in your previous match. But this is a real comeback statement. Kind of early into the losers bracket, how far do you think the Kracked Cats are going to go?
I think we'll be able to go, hopefully, all the way.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at your play today, it looked very, very clean. I at least am excited to potentially get that rematch against the Best Buds later on in the tournament. I think you guys can pull it out.
Yeah, and Dylan, I did want to ask, we saw a lot of pop-up moments from, well, Derpy, honestly, just playing that DPS, playing that Pharah. And what was the team comms like just when he was setting up for some of those barrages, or was just like, oh, like, don't worry, we're going to take this. What was that kind of like while the game was going on?
Basically, towards the end, we were trying to go for a Ant Matrix play on the right side, and Derby was calling, like, I'm just going to go left side, and you guys bait them, and he would go for a barrage, a sneaky barrage.
And hey, it worked out for you guys tremendously as you were able to take that out there. Spooky, do you have any more questions?
Just one more. Dylan, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations to Kracked Cats on the win. While you're here, is there anybody you want to shout out, anyone at all who maybe have supported you, who helped you get this victory today?
Shout out to my entire team. Shout out to my coach as well. He's been working very hard on prepping us.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
it certainly shows.
It definitely shows. You guys looked phenomenal there. Well, congratulations once again, and make sure to send our congrats to the rest of the Kracked Cats. And we hope to see you guys advance further in this tournament, Dylan. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, and that's going to wrap up the cast for tonight. The All-Star Brawl losers bracket, we had the University of St. Thomas going up against the Kracked Cats. The Kracked Cats busting out the mop the broom and sweeping University of St. Thomas 3-0. Spooky, what are your final thoughts for us tonight?
Just a lot of fun. I love the Overwatch All-Star Brawl. Just every time we're casting these, it's 12 fantastic players, only one winner, but always, always two garbage casters just bringing you all of the action. Marcus, once again, I have to shout out to Refused, our tournament, the tournament organizer, the producer, the observer, really the one-man army who keeps this entire thing going. So once again, Refused, thank you so much. We really appreciate you bringing us back. I have no idea why.
All right, and thank you to everyone back at home watching this match of the All-Star Brawl. Make sure to follow the channel and keep up to date with when future matches are going to be going on. As we slowly continue down the bracket, the matches are only going to get more exciting. But once again, tonight, this has been casted by the Trash Boys, myself, Marks, alongside my bud Spooky, and we've been produced, observed, and basically just completely carried through production by Refused himself. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we hope to catch you next time. Have a wonderful evening.